In 1996, they used one constitutional instrument to strip Diana of her HRH. Her own lawyers documented it and filed a private warning. The same weapon could be reversed. That document named the person who would one day hold it. William has known for almost 30 years. Now he holds all 15. Every one constitutional, every one already active. Not one requires Camilla's permission, Parliament's approval, or a single public announcement. They're already loaded. One of them, Power 14, isn't revenge at all. It's exactly what Diana described in the 1995 Panorama interview, in her own voice, on national television. Camilla has been trying to prevent it ever since, starting with the one she's already losing sleep over. Number 1, the title strip. 2 words, Queen Camilla. That's what she traded everything for. 30 years of open public hatred, all of it for 2 words. Nobody mentions how those 2 words actually got there. Charles wrote them into a royal warrant just before the 2023 coronation. 1 document, 1 signature. That's the only thing standing between Camilla and irrelevance. The moment Charles dies, she stops being queen. She becomes Queen Dowager, widow, a title that tells the world she used to be someone. The House of Commons Library confirmed it. Titles granted under royal prerogative can be removed by whoever sits on the throne. No fight, no hearing. William just writes a new warrant with a different name. Think about what those 2 words cost her. The decades of public hatred. She crawled through every bit of it, and William can erase it all before the ink dries on Charles's death certificate. Past tense, forever. A title is just 2 words. What comes next cuts much deeper. Number 2, the HRH removal. It isn't some new power William invented. It's the exact same weapon they used against Diana. In 1996, as part of the divorce settlement, the palace stripped Diana of her HRH. 3 letters. Gone. The most loved woman on the planet, stripped of her royal highness like it meant nothing. William was 14 years old. He was inside that house when it happened to his mother. Diana spoke about it to Andrew Morton, said losing her HRH felt like losing the last piece of protection she had, like being completely exposed. Said it quietly, like the decision had already been made before anyone thought to tell her. That same mechanism, those same letters patent, now in her son's hands. Charles used the identical instrument against Andrew in 2019. William was in the room for every conversation. He knows every step. Same weapon, different woman, different outcome. They built that weapon to break Diana. Her son inherited every inch of it. Picture Diana's life after that. Staff who'd known her for years didn't know what to call her. She felt the shift in every room, small, deliberate. He didn't forget a single day. Number 3, the eviction. Not 1 square foot. That's how much of Buckingham Palace, Windsor Castle, or Clarence House actually belongs to Camilla. Not 1 room, not 1 corridor. Every royal residence is crown property. It belongs entirely to whoever is king. People assume she has some right to stay. She doesn't. The Queen Mother only kept Clarence House after Elizabeth's accession because the Queen chose to let her. A favor, not a right. In 2023, Andrew was forced to leave Royal Lodge. No legal challenge worked. William watched his father make that call. Palace sources say William plans to center his reign at Windsor Castle, completely around his own family. Camilla holds no automatic right to remain anywhere. William holds every key. Her home was never hers. But stay with me. Power 12 is the one most people have never heard of. It's the one that has certain royals genuinely nervous. The roof disappears quietly. What comes next plays out in front of the whole world. Number 4, the sovereign grant. £132 million every year. That's the sovereign grant. Public money that runs the monarchy. Every penny controlled by whoever is king. When Charles dies, that budget moves to William. And what almost nobody says, a Queen Dowager isn't automatically a working royal. If William decides she has no official duties, and that's his call alone, there's no constitutional requirement to fund her. Not reduced, stopped. William told the Times he intends to be careful about what the monarchy costs the public. A leaner monarchy funds the people actively serving it. A Queen Dowager with no role doesn't get a line in the budget. Diana never saw a pound of this, not one penny. Every pound flows to the son she raised. 132 million every year. Power 15 fires itself the moment Charles dies. But first, the private account. Number 5, the Duchy of Lancaster. The Duchy of Lancaster is the monarchy's private bank account. 650 million pounds in estates, generating over 23 million in income every year, all transferred automatically to whoever becomes king. Parliament doesn't touch it. No vote. It just moves. What people never say. Charles currently draws from this to fund Camilla's private life, the personal security when she travels off schedule, the private purchases that never appear in public accounts, the financial buffer that turns queen from a title into an actual daily life. None of it is written down as her right. None of it survives Charles. She cannot put it in a contract. She cannot legally bind the next king to a single pound. Diana had every private financial channel stripped in 1996 and still flew to Angola, still walked into the AIDS wards. Her son now holds the exact account that funded the machine used against her, 650 million pounds, to exactly the right person, 5 powers stripped, not one of them visible to the outside world yet. Number 6, the patronage purge, patronages, every charity carrying Camilla's name, the literacy programs, the arts foundations, the domestic abuse causes she attached herself to when the public still openly hated her, Battersea Dogs and Cats Home, the National Osteoporosis Society, over 90 organizations woven into her public image, one by one. None of it is hers. Every patronage is approved by the Crown, held by the Crown, reassigned by the Crown without notice, without appeal, without a single transition period. When the Queen died in 2022, patronages moved within days. When Andrew stepped back in 2019, his charitable roles vanished within weeks. William controls everyone. He can transfer them to Kate, to Charlotte when she's ready, the domestic abuse charity that spent years softening 30 years of public hatred, handed to Diana's daughter-in-law, different woman, different name, no backward glance. Strip her causes, and you strip the only public reason she still exists. No function, no platform, no legacy. Take her purpose, and the household that ran her entire world follows immediately. Number 7, the household dissolution. Right now, Camilla has a full court around her. Private secretary, dresser, press officer, diary secretary, every position employed at the pleasure of the sovereign, not hers. When Charles dies, William inherits every role and decides what survives. Picture it. Camilla's private secretary gets a call, not from her office, from William's. Subject line, role transition, her dresser. The woman who has helped her dress for every state banquet, every ascot, every moment she spent becoming queen, reassigned to Kate. Her press officer handles the Princess of Wales now. Her diary secretary runs Kate's schedule. The machine that made her queen moved to the woman she spent 30 years dismissing. William doesn't need a public announcement. He just reorganizes. Diana's Kensington Palace office was dismantled exactly this way after 1996, staff by staff. While Diana was still in the building, she could hear it happening around her. William was inside those same walls. He hasn't forgotten a single step. 7 gone. The next 2 happen in front of every camera in the world. Number 8, the balcony, the Buckingham Palace balcony, trooping the color. One photograph every summer that tells the entire world who matters, who stands at center, who stands beside the sovereign, Who even gets to be there at all? William controls every inch of that lineup. At Trooping 2024, Kate stood directly beside Charles, not Camilla. Royal correspondents called it deliberate. It was. As king, William puts Kate at center, his children beside her. Camilla to the side, or not there at all. That's the exact balcony where Diana stood every year, where crowds genuinely loved her back, where the world watched her wave. William can put Diana's grandchildren in that spot and let 1 billion people see in one photograph who history actually chose. One image, every year, one photograph, a year. The jewels are worn every single time the world is watching. Number 9, the Royal Collection. Every tiara Camilla has ever worn to a state dinner, every necklace at a royal gala, every brooch at Ascot. Not one piece is hers. The Royal Collection, over 1 million objects held in trust by the sovereign, belongs entirely to whoever is king. William decides who wears what. Full stop. Diana's sapphire ring has been on Kate's hand since 2010. When William proposed, he said he wanted his mother there in that moment. That ring never left Diana's family. It never will. The same principle covers every piece Camilla has ever borrowed. Every tiara that's rested on her head can follow that ring home the moment the sovereign changes. Not confiscated, not confrontational, just returned, by constitutional right, to the people Diana's son loves. The jewels leave quietly. The coronation strips everything in front of 1 billion people. Number 10, the coronation erasure. Stop. Look at what's already gone. Title, gone. Home, gone. HRH, gone. Public money, gone. Private income, gone. Patronages, gone. Staff, gone. Balcony, gone. Jewels, gone. And we are only at Power 10, May 6th, 2023. Westminster Abbey, crown on Camilla's head. Anointed. 1 billion people watching. She believed that was the final chapter. 30 years sealed and permanent. Now picture William's coronation. Camilla in the congregation. A pew, not a throne. William has said publicly his ceremony will be stripped back. A deliberate departure from everything Charles's coronation represented. Kate stands where Camilla stood. Kate is anointed where Camilla was anointed. Diana's daughter-in-law crowned queen consort in that same abbey, same altar, same room, different woman in the frame. History gets rewritten in the exact place Camilla thought she'd sealed it. Nobody in Westminster Abbey will look at the woman in the pew. 10 gone. The last 5 don't just strip Camilla of things. They erase her. Diana never stood in that abbey as the mother of a king. Princess Charlotte Elizabeth Diana will stand where her grandmother never could. William chose every syllable of that name deliberately, a declaration read aloud at formal occasions for the rest of that girl's life. Number 11, the Memorial Authority. William already wrote his mother's name into the next generation, Princess Charlotte Elizabeth Diana. That wasn't accidental. That was the beginning. As sovereign, William has full authority to rename royal buildings, commission memorials, create new honors, all in Diana's name. Rooms, foundations, awards carrying her name permanently. Every building named for Diana will never carry Camilla's name. Every honor in Diana's memory signals who this family belongs to. Biographer Sally Bedell Smith has noted William's deliberate commitment to honoring Diana through institutional acts, not private gestures. Camilla spent 30 years building her place in those walls. William fills every inch with his mother's name. But first, Power 12, the one most people have never heard of. Build Diana into every wall. Then cut power to the machine that kept Camilla's name alive. Number 12. The silence machine. Most people watching this have never heard of this one. Tina Brown documented it in the Palace Papers in 2022. Operation PB, a coordinated decades-long campaign that rehabilitated Camilla's public image from the ground up. Stories buried before they could run, appearances staged, narratives managed year after year until the world slowly shifted. That machine runs under sovereign authority. When William is king, the machine is his. He doesn't have to attack Camilla. He just stops feeding it. No official photographs approved, no coordinated appearances, no place stories keeping her relevant. In today's media world, silence erases people fast. The image they spent 30 years building fades in months once that engine cuts out. Diana had this machine turned against her. Access cut, staff removed, coverage managed while she was still fighting. William watched every gear of it turn. He knows the whole playbook. 2 left. Power 15 fires itself the moment Charles is gone. But first, Power 13. The most personal one on this list. Silence takes her public face. What comes next takes the very last thing she has. Number 13. The Christmas Purge. Christmas at Sandringham, the church walk, the procession, the lawn photographs. None of it is law. Every bit is set by whoever sits on the throne. Debbie Frank, Diana's personal astrologer for over a decade, said publicly that William was born to complete what his mother started, and that Camilla's position would not survive his accession. William wants a monarchy built on real family, real service, not performance. William's family is the center: Kate, George, Charlotte, Louis. Camilla goes from walking beside the king to sitting quietly at someone else's table. When William was 11, Diana took him to a homeless shelter on Christmas morning. She wanted him to understand what the day actually meant. He has never spoken about that morning without something visibly changing. He'll celebrate it the way his mother taught him, and Camilla will watch from very far away. 13 blades, power 14 swings, all of them at once. Number 14, the slim down, Diana's power. This is Diana's power, not William's. Diana already described exactly what she wanted in her own voice on national television in 1995. She sat with Martin Bashir for the Panorama interview and told the world she wanted a monarchy that touches people, that is real, that serves instead of performs. They stripped her of her title, her staff, her institutional protection for saying it out loud. They actually did that to her. And her son is going to build exactly what she described, while Camilla watches. William doesn't need 13 separate decisions. One classification fires every power simultaneously, non-working royal. The moment that label applies to Camilla, the grant stops, patronages move, household dissolves, balcony disappears. Biographer Robert Lacey has written that Camilla's position as a working senior royal survives only while Charles is alive and actively protecting it. That shield ends with Charles. This is not revenge. This is Diana's vision finally being built. While Camilla watches every brick go in, every power on this list needs William to act. Power 15 needs nothing from him at all. Diana said she wanted to be a queen in people's hearts. They took everything they could reach, her title, her staff, her access. They couldn't touch that. Her son is about to make it permanent, carved into stone, and there is nothing Camilla can do about it. Number 15, Accession Day. The last one, the most powerful. And what makes it completely different from every power above it, William doesn't activate this one. It activates itself. The second Charles dies, William is king. No gap, no warning, no room for any negotiation. In that single heartbeat, the sovereign grant transfers, the duchy transfers. The entire royal household answers to William. Every title, every palace, every jewel, every patronage, every pound, every name on every building, automatic, instant, irreversible. One moment she's Queen Camilla, crown, full court, the 2 words that cost her 30 years of her life. The next moment she's a queen dowager whose entire existence depends on the goodwill of Diana's son. No appeal, no legal challenge, no institution to go to. The boy who walked behind his mother's coffin in September 1997 watched by 1 billion people while Camilla stayed carefully out of sight, holds absolute power over those 2 words. Not if, when. 15 powers. Title: HRH, home. Public money, private income, patronages, staff, balcony, jewels, coronation, memorials, silence, Christmas, the slim down, and Accession Day. The one that needs nothing from William at all. Everyone constitutional, everyone coming. Camilla has that crown because Charles put it there. The day he's gone, every decision passes to Diana's son. The boy who walked behind his mother's coffin will finally hold the legal authority to honor everything she was and everything they tried to take from her. Everything Camilla spent 30 years building resets in a single heartbeat. And if you want to know the 20 things Camilla will lose when King Charles dies, that video is right here. Number 7 will shock you. Completely legal.